Hello everyone, this is Bobbin Threadbare, and welcome back to The Witcher 3.
So, what exactly is happening in the city?
Bloodshed, a massacre, which is why we gotta hurry.
You needn't fret, time flows differently in the Fable Sphere. We can stay here a week, yet outside mere minutes will have passed. Watch out! Pixies! Rat bastards!
So, you may be wondering why it's been so long since the last time I released a video. Well, a few things. Got a new job. It's been taking a lot of my creative energies to keep up with it. But more directly, I attempted to dub dialogue over this video before.
Not the friendliest pixies I've met.
We're put here to protect the Fable Sphere from intruders. Meaning you.
But when I attempted to do so, because of a software update, the video deleted itself instead. Irrevocably.
Oh, unicorns! We must catch them. We won't have to walk everywhere then. I call the pink one.
Well, I call the one that's already named Roach.
Exciting, isn't it? Reminds me of my childhood.
Reminds me of something altogether different.
Care to elaborate?
Rather not.
So yeah, this is not that video. This is a re-record.
No rocks here. None at all. This is grand. I'm alright. Not in any danger. There's him. Joss. Blast, they're going to rip him in six. Ugly empires.
And incidentally, because of other associated issues, I've had to basically redo my entire recording setup and all the software I use. Or at least most of it.
Relax, it's over.
No, it's not. There's more. Another wolf behind you. Ignore him. He always lies.
Aha, boy who cried wolf. Still does, I suppose. And doesn't, when they actually appear.
The one and only. Listen, you little chit. Jack said you know what's become of his 3 beans. I don't know anything! Not one thing, and besides, watch out! Wolves!
This'll be interesting. Right, let's get to it. Let's say for a minute you know what happened to the Red Bee. Where wouldn't it be?
For certain, no one swallowed it. Oh no, definitely not that. Of course not. But say someone didn't. Who would it be that didn't swallow it? A human. The most humany human in the land of 1,000 fables. Everyone! Wolves! Run!
Bet you haven't heard what happened to the Blue Bee. Maybe? Not at all? Right?
I've heard it lies about somewhere, out in the open.
Just like that? No one guarding it?
Nobody. 3 times over. Help! Wolves!
Yellow Bean. Don't know a thing about it, right?
It's somewhere very, and I mean very deep. So deep, in fact, it's completely underground. And who has it? A bold farmhand, who in no way and not at all awaits someone. Not in the slightest. Good folk! Wolf! Say that word one more time and I'll chop you up. Feed you to the fishes. Understood?
All right, we should go.
Watch out for wolves!
Tough to talk to, that one.
Was it, though? You need merely remember he always lies. Or more precisely, reverses the truth.
Where to now?
I'm not sure. We should visit some of the other fables. The meaty ones, that is. Perhaps then Joss's hints will make more sense. It's just a few. Red Riding Hood, piglets and bears, 3 of each. And Goldilocks, of course. Then Longlocks, and a little lass who sells flint.
Fine. Let's get to work. Incredible. You must have loved this place.
I did at first. But children get bored quickly. Even tea parties with a whole cackle of princesses eventually turn dull and routine.
What did you do then?
Dropped a duck egg in the swan's nest once, that sort of thing. Stole the pea out from under the princess. Who sleeps to this day, I think. Oh look! The Emperor of Nilfgaard! He's come out to show off his new robe.
That was the last guy. This is the Pied Piper. But I suppose if nothing else, this does give me an opportunity to show you guys the re-release, the next-gen update that they had for it. Although I swear these guys are doing a lot more damage than they did originally, because I'm having a lot more trouble with these pixies than I had expected. Oh well. Looks like we're entering the Hans Christian Andersen corner of Fableland.
Cigars! Pipes!
And there's Puss. In boots, in fact. Can't see them now, but a little earlier you could. And there's a notice board, why not? Ugly Duckling. Cinderella. Wicked Witch. The girl who sells it all, formerly who sold flints. That's the little matchstick girl, by the way. Princess and the Pea. And Goose that lays the golden eggs has a contract. Fascinating.
Contract from a goose. That's new.
Do you really aim to concern yourself with that?
A true witcher should never abandon poultry in distress.
Care for a cigarillo? A bit of tobacco? A dab of fistek?
Remind me, what tale are you from?
Sold flints when I was a lass. But no one bought them, so I branched out. Now I deal in snuffs, puffs, all sorts of fun things. What'll you have, sweeties?
Magic beans. Do you have any?
If it's not the new name of some kicker I already have, dearies, then no. But maybe you'd like some.
Hey, where'd you get that ribbon? That's mine.
Is that so? Then why was it lying in the bushes? Finders keepers, sweetheart.
The ribbon. Mind explaining what the fuss is about?
There's not much to explain. I got it from Arturius Vigo when I was a child. It was to protect me from evil. It clearly didn't work, given how I ended up.
But it means a lot to you.
How should I put this? I have so few mementos from my childhood, and the ribbon reminds me of the good old days, when I was someone else.
Dears, could you continue this touching scene elsewhere, You're scaring away my customers.
What customers?
Give Sienna the ribbon. Why not, huh?
Sugar plum. The only thing I hand out for free is a first hit. To get them to come back for a second, of course. For all else, you've got to pay.
What if I asked you nicely?
Ask me nicely and I might play you for it. A round of cards?
One last bit of Gwent for the road? Why not?
All right, let's play. If you lose, you give me the ribbon.
Don't get your hopes up. None can best me at Gwent.
Do you know how many tournaments I've won? Anyway, back to Nilfgaardian Empire, of course. Now there is a new Roach card that has entered the deck. And it's not too impressive on its own, but you can summon it onto the field using either Geralt or Ciri, which is why she's got that reinforcements icon on her card now. Really? I somehow don't draw one of my 4 spy cards, but she's got hers. The one she could possibly have. Ah, well. I got enough high power cards. I should be able to pull this off. I mean, she does apparently have all the reinforcement cards for her side of the deck, but that's only brought her up to parity with me. I think the update also reverted some of the DLCs, so I've got the default card types instead of the special ones now. Kind of surprised I haven't seen any Scorches. You'd think she would have used one just now. But let's bring him back, and well, it's curious. He's an agile card, but when you resurrect an agile card, apparently they are automatically resurrected to the row that they were in when you first played them. Or at least that's my get. You did have a Scorch card. You weirdo. Anyway, I still have a card disparity here. But I'm not doing too bad in terms of point value. Keeping up fairly well. But the question is, do I want to stick with what I've got here and risk it? Or do I want to play 20 more points and have a better chance of winning this round? I still do have his leadership ability, which is to steal a card from her graveyard. Could use that next round if I need to. Oh, wow. Just utterly sabotaged herself there.
Rumpole, you're good at this. A word once given. The ribbon's yours. Now skedaddle.
By the way, I just changed the ending of the game.
All right. Tell me
What?
what you want in return. You're not doing this out of the kindness of your heart.
Don't want anything in return.
Thank you.
I just wanted a round of Gwent. That was its own reward. Anyway, so as you may have noticed, I'm sort of going in a counterclockwise fashion through the Fable Sphere here. Wound up in this little Lilliputian village. Go figure. Oh, there's someone around here. Now, who is that? Oh, it's Thumbelina. Hey,
You stepped on Thumbelina! That was my favorite tale.
Huh? Why is that?
Because it wasn't about a princess. Tales about princesses are insufferable.
Whoops. I did not mean to do that.
Oh, the Three Little Pigs' homes. Oh, you know the story, don't you? Who's afraid of the big bad wolf?
Looks like Big Bad's already blown down the houses of straw and sticks. Brick's the only one left.
We should look inside. Remember Joss's words?
One being lies out in the open, guarded by 3 nobodies. Yeah, could be it.
The wolf wasn't able to blow down the brick house, but you might notice it's glowing red.
Ugh, ugly and fierce.
Harlot's red. Vandal. Get him.
Yeah,
They
sadly,
didn't like that.
the 3 pigs are, boars. And you may remember, but boars are a very annoying enemy to have to face. Luckily, the heavy attacks seem to be working fairly well on them. All things considered, I mean. I could just get to that one that's already injured. Ah, damn. Got hit with a back foot there. Anyway, much less annoying when there's only one of them. Still annoying, of course, but less so.
Come on.
Oh, and there's the bean.
The big bad witcher huffed and puffed, and look, got a bean.
It cannot be.
What cannot be?
You actually have a sense of humor.
Why so shocked?
Well, when you arrived, all you did was pout and mumble things in that graphically monotone. And now this. A jest. And a good one at that. But here we are chatting away when there's work to do. We must keep looking.
Alright then.
So, you like it here?
No, got a problem with magic in general. Illusions, portals, all that. Don't trust any of it.
A bow of old-fashioned tastes, eh? I like that.
What is that thing?
Watch out! Pixies!
Wolven burgers? Something like that? Pretty sure that's like the Germanic version of a, what do you call that? An antelope? No, not an antelope. You know, the rabbit with the horns. That thing, yeah. There's one of those in American mythology as well. Anyway, looks like we found a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And funny thing about this pot is that it turns into a golden panther for some reason. I have no idea why. Pretty sure panthers don't feature into the whole leprechaun myth. Unless it's some sort of Slavic variation I've never heard of. Anyway, fun fact about the rabbits with the antlers. Apparently there's some sort of disease that causes their teeth to grow wild and become horn-like, or causes horn-like protrusions out of their heads, or something like that. It's been a while since I looked it up. But yeah, it is based on a disease, but it is based on something real. That whole myth. That's why it appears in multiple places at multiple times under multiple names. But before we go find beans...
A feather. Broken. There was a fight.
Someone kidnapped a goose.
Goose feathers. Must have been flapping its wings. Or did it just get plucked?
Watch out! Pixies!
Damn. Pixies are getting all over the place around here. Damn it, they're all going after me suddenly. Alright, that takes care of that. I swear though, they are taking bigger chunks out of me than I remember.
Hey, there, in the trees. Some kind of camp?
Might just be out of practice. It's been a while since I recorded. Oh, you got a bow. Sorry, Redbeard, you're going down first. Interesting to note, though, that everyone around here, no matter what type of creature they are, has the silver health bar.
Why keep her in a cage? Eggs from free-range birds are so much better. Oh well, where's the key?
Here it is. Got it.
Now, if you could just get out of the way, please.
Good thing you posted that notice. Never would have found you otherwise.
Well, there you go.
Oh, look, she laid a golden egg for you.
If only all my employers were that generous. Would have preferred a magic bean, but not about to complain.
Did you really travel all the way here for a contract?
Nature of the job.
I don't believe it. You must have had another reason.
Well, spent a few idyllic months in Beauclair some time past.
Do you
Part of me
jest? I
wanted to come
adored
back,
her.
I think.
My darling little sis. So adorable. So sweet. Yet when they banished me from the palace, she didn't so much as peek out of the window.
She might not have known. Maybe just couldn't.
And could she also not grant me amnesty when she was crowned? Please.
All of those clovers are four-leaf clovers. Oh, what's this? The big bad wolf, I see.
Hello? Can we talk?
Schwumbroch, my head! Damn it all! I swear that was the last time I drank with Redbeard. Oh, Sienna, a bloody long time it's been. You've changed.
Whereas you, not at all, big bad wolf. Though it seems you've started running with the wrong crowd.
And who should I run with, eh? Thumbelina? One shot and she's under the table. But, what brings you?
You could always have a drink with us.
Oh, what now? Not on your life. I can barely stand, I'm so hungover.
You know what they say about the hair of the dog?
Out of the question. And why must you drink? Do you wish to drown some sorrow? And I don't mean to pry, but you don't look much like a young duchess to me.
They stripped me of my title and birthright, then banished me. A family spat, let's say.
Listen, looking for magic beans. Seen any?
I was given one for safekeeping, but...
Where is it? Talk!
Shh, not so loud.
Oh, I can be much louder than this. And resort to other means of persuasion.
Right there, the threats. Sienna to a T. Listen, I exist to restage a fairy tale. If you want to play at it, I'll be happy to oblige. But it won't be easy. The thing is, Little Red Riding Hoods popped her clogs.
What?
1,000 times they cut my gut open, filled it full of rocks, and drowned me in the river. So once you stopped coming, I decided to repay the little imp for all her loving labor. Now it's at the bottom of the well, she and the hunter, which means we can't play, and I'm under no obligation to talk to you, not about beans, nor anything else. So leave me be. Sod off.
Wolf's pretty cranky.
Surprised? Think about it. He was cast in the role of the Nemesis without ever asking for it. It's a dog's life, I tell you.
So, what now?
Don't worry. I'll play with him. Or rather, play him. I just need that little red hood. The piece of apparel, that is. Not the poor girl's corpse.
That's a relief.
You wish to help me? Here's your chance. Jump in the well and fish it out. Well, chop chop.
Do we really have to? I mean, the boy who cried wolf said he ate the bean, he swallowed it, and gonna have to tear it out of his guts either way. This just seems like a few unnecessary steps on top.
All right, time to jump in the well.
Break a leg.
Alright, yep. There they both are. Hunter and Riding Hood. Funny how they specify that it's a Riding Hood when she doesn't do any riding. Looks like this is the way out though, so... At least that's not going to be troublesome. No drowners down here. Ah, there we are.
Any luck?
Yep, look what I got.
That would never fit you. Give it to me. How do I look?
Red.
Sorry, don't know much about fashion.
Yes, it shows. Let's go see the big bad wolf.
Let me guess. You'll play the granddaughter.
And you, the hunter.
You again? I thought I was clear. I will not talk to you if little Red Riding Hood is not with you.
Not a problem. Sienna can take her place.
What? Very well. It's not as if I can forbid you. Granddaughter, come closer, sweetie.
But, Grandmama, what big eyes you have!
The better to see you with, my dear.
Granny, what big arms you have!
The better to embrace you with, my dear.
And Grandmama, what big teeth you have. Eh?
The better to eat you with, my dear.
You know, it occurs to me that the big bad wolf here has the only French accent in all of Toussaint. There we go. Backed him into a corner.
Remember what Joss said about the red bean? A human has it, and he definitely didn't swallow it.
Gotta open his belly. Bottle caps, fake teeth, a corkscrew. Ah, here it is. Red bean.
Extra red now.
Well then, one step closer to our goal.
What?
Now, I find myself wondering if you're just horribly discreet, or if those mutations completely scrubbed away your curiosity. Are you really not interested in what happened? In what became of me after they cast me out?
Well, since you brought it up, I'd gladly hear the rest. Let's see. They had escorted you out of the duchy.
Yes. And the noble knights of Toussaint, I didn't stop until we reached the Ketdu wilderness. They left me there alone, without a copper, in a torn lace dress, right when the frosts were setting in. They assumed something would eat me, or that I'd do everyone a favor and die of hunger. But as always, I failed to live up to expectations. I wandered the woods for a week, went purple from the cold, gnawed the bark from twigs. Finally, I saw a light among the trees. A campsite. They were bandits, bearded, drunk, spattered with blood. I was sure they'd rape me or kill me, or both.
Take it neither happened?
That's when I learned a robber and a murderer can be a better man than a knight in shining armor. They took me in, we set off for Nazaire, and I did what I could to repay them. I advanced in their ranks rather quickly. And eventually, I became their leader. Of the whole ragged band.
Should have stayed there, maybe.
Perhaps. Perhaps I should have forgotten everything, started a new life. But you know what? There came a point when I thought, you wanted a monster. Then a monster you shall get.
Been through a lot.
I have. And throughout this time, my sister was stomping grapes and shagging minstrels on down bedding.
She wasn't the one to banish you.
And I'm not angry at her for that. I'm angry at her because she forgot about me. Right. We've had our chat. Come.
Alright, just 2 destinations left. Although we already know it's not with the 3 bears.
4 animals stacked atop each other. What was the tale called again?
The musicians of Blaviken. Huh. You've some link to the town as well, don't you?
But my tale's not much like this one.
Although it does have relevance to Siana. But I have no idea what the 4 animals stacked atop each other have to do with anything. I am not familiar with that story at all.
Will-o'-the-Wisp. I think it's got something to show us.
Careful. It's not to be trusted.
Actually, it kind of is. I mean, it is hanging out around a bunch of bogs, as you do. As a wisp does, anyway. But it's not here to lead us astray. It's not even going to take us into the midst of a pixie attack.
Knight's strange. Doesn't look like he's out of any fairy tale I know. Wonder how he got here.
In past times, Anariette and I would occasionally run into them here. You see, knights errant far outnumber princesses in the real world. So some knights would sneak into the playroom, then into this land, in search of their fairy tale damsels. That's all.
Only to be shredded to bits by a swarm of pixies. Irony's delicious.
Yeah. We've been led here to a bunch of late-game armor and weapons. Some of the best armor and weapons in the entire game. And yeah, the steel sword is no slouch either. Especially after I fix it up a bit here. I said fix it up a bit here. Yeah, 20 more points. Well, let's get the armor on for the hell of it. Why not? Some nice stuff. Sort of a half-plate design. Not full coverage, but definitely got good movement around the joints. Anyway, I figure we should at least stop by the 3 bears, see what they're doing. Oh. Is that faster than normal? Oh, it was faster than normal. Siana didn't even say anything.
3 bears.
3 stools, 3 beds, 3 bowls.
One a bit too big, the other too small, a third just right. Blonde curls. Rest of the body's too mutilated. Hard to say anything.
She got what she deserved, as I see it. Always took what she wanted without asking.
No bean here. Gotta keep looking.
Yeah, we could loot their porridge, but why? We would just precipitate an attack against the bears, and they're not doing anything. There is one fable left. Rapunzel. Whom I think they might just call Longlocks here, because...
Longlocks Tower?
Indeed. It's even taller than I remembered.
Wait. What Joss said about the 3rd beam, remember?
In the possession of a bold farmhand somewhere deep beneath the ground. Yes, this must be it. Let's go. It always grapple up her braid in the past, but I don't see it anywhere.
We'll find another way up. Could pull myself up here, and I'll have to make that jump.
If you say so, I shall wait down here if it's all the same. Climbing's not my strong suit.
Bit of a platforming challenge.
Prince's corpse. Tried to free Longlocks, but fell and broke his neck.
But yeah, so I think Tangled had come out recently when this DLC came out. And so they wanted to make it clear that they were referring to the legendary character, not the Disney character, calling her Longlocks instead of Rapunzel. That, or it might just be another regional variant. There's a lot of those. The developers are Polish, so they use a few regional variants that folks in the United States like me wouldn't necessarily get. Oh dear. Well, I tore through her health pretty quickly there, but apparently she has summoned some night skeletons to cover her while she regenerates. Damn, she is really tearing my health a new one. Oh, and here we're doing it again. Get a hard cap in her health bar, so... Alright, looks like she didn't get to regenerate the whole way through this time, at least. I think this should be the... Yep, that was the last one. Magic food that regenerates.
Yellow bean. Here it is. Would have stumped to climb all that way for nothing.
And over here, we've got a bit of an Assassin's Creed moment. Just with this nice overlook. And the fact that to get down, you're gonna have to dive.
So?
Got the bean, but long logs. Seems she got sick of waiting for a knight in shining armor.
Can you blame her? Men these days, dandies and fops all.
That why you cozied up to a vampire?
Detlef was a tool, and only a tool.
Too bad he didn't know that.
I trust no one. Learned that long ago. Now it's his turn.
To use him. Was that your plan from the start?
No. At first, I was simply intrigued. Do you know the story? It was in Matina, a few years past. I'd gone there to pass some loot off to a fence I know. We were hashing out the terms when in walked Detlef. He said he'd come to sell a silver candlestick. He gripped it through a cloth. That caught my eye. I followed him out, observed him from a distance, but he caught on quickly.
Yeah, superhuman senses will do that.
He turned down a blind alley. I followed. He jumped out from behind a crate, baring his teeth. I suppose he'd wanted to frighten me. Alas, he didn't in the least. After all, I'm a monster too, am I not?
Not really.
A higher vampire and you were unimpressed? Don't know if that's brave or just plain foolish.
I've always had a way with ostensibly dangerous, quiet types.
That's supposed to be about me too?
Ugh, brother, I hate to disappoint you, Geralt, but your belly button is not the center of the known world. No, you do remind me of him a bit. Stifling all emotions inside you. Ever feigning indifference. You see, when I met Detlef, somehow I knew, call it intuition, that he meant me no harm. That he was trying to frighten me off, for he too was scared. Now do you understand?
I guess. What happened then?
We talked, then met up once, twice, 3 times. Enough that he became infatuated. I truly enjoyed it at first, but only at first. He did not love like a man, but like an animal, madly, deeply, unconditionally, wildly. To return such a feeling, anyone would be hard-pressed, let alone someone as twisted as I am.
So there came a day you just up and disappeared.
Yes. There was no other way. Let's just be friends, or I don't deserve you. He'd never have understood that sort of thing. But then, once I decided to return, clean up some old affairs, I remembered him and concluded he could still be of use.
Playing with fire, that.
Definitely. And either I'll get burned, or I'll burn all else down. No other options.
Got a history with Dettlaff now, so this meeting will be different. Not afraid?
I can handle him.
Mm-hmm. Sure about that?
You look at him as a witcher and see a monster. I know what he's really like. You needn't worry. It's time to go. Just a bit more work and we'll be able to say sod off to this fecking fable sphere.
Fecking?
Now we must plant them by the path near Longlock's tower. Then prepare to meet the giant.
This game is rated M for mature. You're allowed to use harder language than fecking. More pixies.
Let's dance.
Damn it. Get some distance. Face only one or two at a time. Give my health bar some time to recharge. Oh crap.
This is the spot. Pull out the beads.
So that's where the autosave put me.
Right. This is the spot.
I left that one in because it was so dangerous, so annoying. It was hilarious. Luckily, I was able to, still use the same save. I just had to immediately dive out of the way. And there we go. Nothing to do now but plant the beans.
Wait!
Why?
The stalk will sprout abruptly. Very abruptly. We must be careful. All right, toss them!
This feels unfair somehow.
Something's always gotta go wrong.
The home stretch.
Wonder how long it takes to climb something like that.
Incredible.
Admire the view later. First, we must deal with... him.
funny, he looks exactly like that one giant at the beginning of the Beauclair arc. The one we met as we were riding in. Well, if nothing else, the repeat does give me a chance to really show off the Cloud Giant's full moveset. Whoops. Took off a bunch of my sword charges in the process there. But yeah, you might notice these giant piles of steel that are electrified. And yeah, if we get him to swing, you'll zap him and give me a chance to get in and hit him hard. The funny thing is that those big swings of his are actively big, and if you are too close to him, they won't connect. And we're done here.
For a fairy tale creature, that was one tough son of a wench.
I told you this land had gone ape mad, though I did not expect it to be so severe.
Can't help thinking you might have done that on purpose.
Why ever would I have?
To get rid of your guard, your captor. Getting close to the exit at this point. Probably think you don't need me anymore.
Well, you're wrong. You still stand to be quite useful to me.
That so? How? Plan to use me like you did Detloff?
No, I need you for a purpose far simpler. Well, don't just stand there and stare. I need a man, Geralt, and I'm not afraid to say it. I have no idea what awaits me once we leave this place. Treat it as my last wish.
Sorry, still doing the chased run.
Another time, another place, maybe. No offense.
None taken. You spoke clearly, you spoke honestly. It's fine. Come. The exit's this way.
Alright, but before we leave, I do want to check out if the Cloud Giant left anything I can grab. Did I kill him over here? Oh no, there's the pile. Just sort of under his stomach there. Funny that he dropped a Cyclops eye, though.
Another will-o'-the-wisp.
So has this one got in store for me? Wants me to jump over the railing. Well, thankfully there's something to jump onto. And then we just go across this rickety bridge. In through this cave. And while we had the Assassin's Creed moment earlier, this time we are here for a Dark Souls moment. And we get the sword to go with it. Now it is a very nice silver sword, but it's just not an erendite. So sadly we will not be taking it with us, equipping it, although it is sort of part of the set, along with the steel sword that the other guy had. The dead guy. Sword and armor set. I think you can take that path down too, if you knew it was there. Not sure exactly where Sienna's gone off to, but I believe that we just need to jump down the well over here to get back. Yep, so it says. So, yep, sorry Sienna, whatever other dialogue you might have had, I'll just skip that for now. Oh, that's right. Everything's still on fire.
Portals in a fountain? Not terribly practical.
It was a secret passage. Henriette and I would use it to...
Hide from your governess, which luckily she noted down in her diary, thus I knew where to await you. Never mind that. Has the young lady agreed to help clean up the mess she's made?
She has. And stop treating me as if I were a child.
Would you prefer I treated you like the lying, manipulated you are?
Calm down, both of you.
But...
No buts. Let's go. Really want to be done with this.
So, there are a lot of ways that the ending to Blood and Wine can play out. I believe I mentioned this before, but going to see the Unseen Elder is the worst way that this can end. Like, regardless of what happens, everyone dies when you go to see the Unseen Elder. With this route, at least, there's a good chance that several people can live instead. But someone is always going to die.
Nice place.
Isn't it? Offers a lovely view of the valley. On a clear day, you can see the outlines of Duntine.
Is it, though? A ruin like any other, I think.
So sensitive. So aware. Honestly, what did Dettlaff ever see in you?
Perhaps he'll tell you himself.
You nervous?
Mm-hmm. It's always a bit nerve-wracking meeting an ex. Especially so when said ex is a vampire.
I doubt he'll be in the mood for jests.
I know. May I be honest? Yes, I'm nervous. I really would prefer just to run off. I gave my word I would help, I know. But how much is that worth? Yet I owe him this meeting. And that is that.
Let's get ready. Dettlaff will be here any moment now.
Oh, the Evil Dead camera's here.
Sienna, I have a question I must ask you. Did you truly feign it all? That which bound us was a ruse?
Dettlaff, it's not that simple.
Oh no, it's very simple. You either deceived me or not. In forgiving you, I grieve. For now, we must part.
What? But how?
The ribbon?
Ha! Seems I've been fooled again. She will pay for this, sooner or later. She will pay! You never should have meddled with her!
By giving Sienna the ribbon, she is allowed to live. At least through this moment. But it does mean that the fight here is inevitable. It is possible to get through the game without fighting Detloff the second time. But only if Sienna dies. Well, that's him out for the moment. Which means...
I want to just...
time for the proper boss fight. Should probably get some vampire oil on.
You tricked me! Both of you!
Didn't plan any of it.
Silence!
So yeah, first phase, that's nice and quick. And incidentally, those vampire forms that they both took, that is straight out of the books. But this form, not so much.
Any gods, start praying now!
This form is more game original. This moment plays out the same way whether you drink black blood or not. Yeah, and this form is just going completely off script. And if things seem like they've gotten suddenly easier during this boss fight, that's because I had to turn down the difficulty.
Do you think that story? Prepare to die, Witcher!
Detloff was just kicking my ass way too much, way too often. I wanted to just get through this, you know? I mean, we've got 3 of these things to fight, and basically whenever he just did that reappearing thing onto my current location, that would kill me in an instant on normal. I mean, it's New Game Plus normal, but still, damn. Alright, come on. How many of these things do I even have to get through? And this guy, he regenerates so fast. You only get like a couple of seconds to actually focus on those... Sorry, wrong button. To focus on these little nodules or whatever they are. always got to keep on your toes, because he's gonna... When he reappears, it's on your ass. I mean, you don't have to kill the little blood clones, or whatever you would call them. Just have to go after these nodules. But it is really hard to focus on them when he's coming down on your ass. But yeah, regeneration failed. He's out. Still has a sliver of health left, but just not much more to do. And of course he is a higher vampire, so even that's not enough to take him out. Slowed him down at least. Gives Geralt some time to get Regis out of the debris.
Leave him to me. Be gone.
I can't let...
I insist.
And we'll be back to your regularly scheduled videos next time.